So you want to know the fastest path to 10K? Well, here, I'm going to show you how in this video. But first, make sure you subscribe, like this content, and make sure you share with a friend so they can make 10K as well. So the strategy we're going to be talking about today is real estate wholesaling. So how can you make 10K real quick in real estate wholesaling? I'm going to show you how in this video right now. So the first thing you want to do is you want to define your purpose. Why do you need the 10K? Do you need it for student loans? Do you need it for, a mortgage or new rental property? This strategy, real estate wholesaling, is real quick. It's fairly simple and the process is simple. But one of the problems that people have is they try and go out and they try and do it all alone. So I'm gonna show you a way that you can do it where you don't have to do it all alone, and you'll have that confidence and build that confidence to do 1, 2, or even 3 deals a month, okay? So we know, define your purpose. Why are you doing it, okay? And then what are you trying to accomplish? Ties in line with define your purpose. Again, if it's trying to close out your student loans, pay a mortgage, or buy a new rental property, that's what you want to do. You want to know your reason why. And I always like to use this analogy. Say if you walk into a bank and you're sitting with a banker and you want a loan and they ask you, well, how much do you need? And you say, I don't know. Or they say, well, what do you need it for? And you say, I don't know, just give it to me. That is what you're trying not to do when you're trying to get started as a real estate investor and as a wholesaler. You want to be able to define your purpose and know exactly what you're trying to do, okay? So that's step 1, define your purpose. Very, very simple. It's not rocket science. Let's do it. That's step number 1. So step number 2, and this is really the most important, right? You want to be able to do this as a team. Real estate is a team sport. So you want to join a team. How do I join a team? What do I need to do in order to join a team? A lot of people come to me and say, hey, Marcus, I'm looking for a mentor. I'm trying to find a mentor. What do I need to do? Okay, how do you find a team? Very simple. 1, you have to network. You can't sit behind a computer and watch me all day. You have to get out. You have to network. You have to go to networking events. You can go to meetup.com. All right, and then just put in real estate, okay? And that will show you all of the different meetups and real estate groups that are active in your community. One thing I do want to warn you though, you got to make sure it's not just a pay-to-play meetup where they're trying to get you out there to sell you something. I'm a firm believer, and that's the reason why I'm a member of Azreia, is because it's more about the education and not about the sales. So number 2, you can go to Azreia.org. If you're in Arizona, you can go to Azreia.org. We have tons of content, tons of meetups. So you can meet cash buyers, you can meet landlords, you can meet fix and flippers, you can meet lenders, you can meet all kind of people to help you get started. So remember, real estate is a team sport. So you want to be able to build your team. So you can go and start with networking. Number 2, you got to know what you need to learn. You got to know exactly what you want to learn. Once you find a team that you can be with, some of the things that you want to learn is lead generation. Without leads, you can't do anything. You won't be successful. So lead generation is actually number 1. One of the things that I always tell people is when you're going to join a team, make sure you be transparent. Let them know exactly what you're trying to accomplish. When you come in and say, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to be a real estate wholesaler. I want to close my first check fairly quickly. I need this 10K. What do I need to do in order to do it? Okay, so 1, you got to learn lead generation. So this is your marketing, okay? So marketing, cold calling, text messaging, direct mail, stuff like that. You want to learn how to do that, okay? So once you start your marketing and you find a seller, let's just put seller here, what do you need to do next? You need to learn how to talk to sellers. That's one of the hardest things for people to do is they will go out and they will spend money and they will do all of this marketing, but when someone calls in and say, yes, I'm interested in selling, you don't know what you have to do. One of my closest friends always say, you got to learn learn to get the marbles out of your mouth. So you got to be able to talk to those sellers, okay? So that's the next thing. What is the next thing you need to be able to do? You need to learn your resources, what resources you need. And again, by being on a team, that's going to show you what you need to do. So resources, title companies. Okay, so when you're with a team, you're starting to learn all of this information. So you're starting to learn who are the title companies, all right? You're starting to learn how to comp properties, how to find that ARV. You're learning the different scripts to use. So that way, when you're ready to go out on your own and make your own 10K, you know exactly what you need to do. You know you need to network. You know you need to do your marketing. You know you need to talk to sellers. You're building up your team. You're building up your own team right now, okay? So that's some of the things that you need to do. You need to also, few other things that you need to do, and I'm gonna be wrapping up very, very briefly here. You need to learn how to comp, and you need to make MLS offers. When I got started, this was the main thing that I did. I found my team. I had an investor, a fix and flipper that I met. I met an agent. So the same thing that I'm telling you, that's what I did. I met an agent and I said, send me all of your 60, 90, and 120 day listings on the market, and also expired listings. As the market turns, sellers are starting to be aware and agents are starting to know that properties are sitting on the market a lot longer. So you want to find an agent that's going to be aggressive for you, that you can put in these offers on these listings. And once you find that fix and flipper, that person that's on your team that want these properties, they'll provide you all of the information and all of the resources you need to submit the letter of intent, the earnest money, everything like that, okay? So that's step number 2, is join a team, right? Again, how do you find a team? Networking, going out to these different events. Number 3, I need you to absorb everything, okay? Don't mind my spelling, but I want you to absorb everything. Take time to sit down with the people that are coaching you, that are teaching you, okay? So what I like to call this is pay to play, all right? And what you're paying with is your time. So you're gonna spend time, because you don't have the money, you're gonna spend time, you're gonna show up early, you're gonna stay late, you're gonna ask questions, you're gonna make room for mistakes, okay? When you get out there and people say, when you get out there and you're giving offers or you're walking properties, be comfortable making mistakes. I want you to get out of your comfort zone and I want you to make mistakes. On every call that you talk to a seller, go out on those appointments. Go out on those appointments so you'll start to learn what you need to do and what not to do each time, because actually you become a professional by the more reps that you get. And everything that I'm telling you is exactly what I did to close my first wholesale deal, okay? So remember, you have to absorb everything, join a team, and know exactly why you're trying to do it. Go out on all appointments, make the mistakes, gladly take time, sit down with experienced wholesalers. And the last thing I want you to do is start evaluating other wholesalers' deals. That way you can start learning what's going on in the market. Okay, so this is Marcus Maloney with Azreia signing off. Remember, if you like this content, please subscribe, share this content, and also make sure you get the notifications.